employed by the Charlestown racetrack?
I am, sir. I do public relations.
Okay, and if legislation came forward that directly affected the Charlestown racetrack, for example, the table games issue, do you think that's an issue that you would recuse yourself from, or do you think that's an issue that you would vote upon?
I would probably have to vote upon.
Table games. One of the questions from the audience is, and I'll modify it a little bit, one of the questions would be, if the table games bill came up before the legislature in the same form that it ultimately ended up being voted on last session, would you support that bill? Yes, no, why not?
Most definitely. I'm very familiar with the bill that arose during the last referendum, and one of the things that people most pertinently, I think, are having the issue with is the statement that actually our good legislators from the Eastern Panhandle here, and Delegate Wysong, Delegate Doyle spoke highly of this and actually enacted to get this passed, was the clause that allowed education to be funded through this mechanism, and really the funding went to infrastructure. For the educational system in Jefferson County, and I think that seems to be the problem with the bill that everyone's having. However, I can tell you that we worked long and hard in the legislature, and our legislators did a great job, and 131 other legislators voted for this to pass because they got the best deal, and we keep hearing that, the best deal, what is it? And I can tell you what we were offered was the best deal because it allowed the racetrack actually to give us about $3 million, as we see in the Northern Panhandle, and it would be a great thing to bring all that revenue into the county as they currently do.
Mr. Watson, where do you stand on the bill that passed the legislature and upon which Jefferson County citizens voted?
It was, as John Doyle said, a lousy bill. It was not the best bill that could be had. It is not the best bill that can be had, and let me give you a couple of reasons why. You make a big issue out of the money for infrastructure to the schools. Where did that money come from? Was it new money? No, they took it away from the county. It was old money that in any other bill would have gone to the county. One of the crux of that bill was the horsemen started out to have 6%. They ended up with 2.5%. Where did the 3.5%, which actually turned out to be 4%, go? It went to the employees' pension fund of Charlestown Races. Now, that may be one of the only pension funds I ever saw in my life that was publicly funded as a private corporation's pension fund. I believe it is possible to get a bill for Jefferson County that has more money in it for everybody and not just the Charlestown Races, because they're the only ones that made any money out of that old table games bill. Now, let me go back 1 second because Tiffany made a comment I want to comment about. She made a comment about talking to the governor. I want to tell you about the last time I talked to the governor. He put his arm around my shoulder and he said, "Dick, I'll be the best friend the horseman ever had." He got elected, and the first thing he did is cost us $11 million for workman's comp that we can't belong to.
Thank you. Mr. Watson, the last word is yours.
Thank you. I bring to this campaign a military career of 31 years. I enlisted as a private, was fortunate enough to go to Officers Candidate School and get a commission. Graduated in the top 5% of my class. Went on and went to the Army General Staff College. Graduated, commanded an artillery battalion of over 700 people. Ended up in the Pentagon in the Department of the Army Staff with the rank of full colonel in the top 5% of a 400,000 man all volunteer professional army. And I believe this opportunity has given me the background, the judgment, and the knowledge and the suitability to make decisions at the delegate level, and I ask for your vote. Thank you.